we already rolling. I ain't realized that. I'm on my way to work, y'all. But I ain't figured out when I'm gonna be able to give y'all these stores, so I'm gonna try to do this one on my way to work. I know some of y'all already heard it, but when I left Pulaski County Jail in Little Rock, the prison was overcrowded. So what they was doing was they were sending us upstate to Benton County in a town called Bentonville. We went to Benton County Jail. And when we got up there, we realized these folks up here is country. They racist as hell. The sheriff was Doc Holliday. I don't know why we got so many sheriffs in Arkansas named Doc Holliday. I think they be changing their name legally to this shit. What's up with it? So when we get there, and I'm gonna have to back up and tell y'all this other story that I forgot, so you'll know who Big Mike is. I'm gonna make that my next story. This is back from the county jail when I was going to court. That's what I was supposed to do, telling y'all my court stories. Girl, if you don't get your little stuff out the way. But anyway, when we get there, Doc Holliday line us all up in this little garage. You know, when you pull up in the jail, you be in the garage. So we get out the van. And he line us up and he giving us this speech like, we don't need no fences here at Camp 8. One of them type of speeches. What he was telling us is, we don't give a fuck about y'all. This is a private owned jail. We do what the fuck we want to do. I know a lot of y'all think y'all ADC property, so we got to go by ADC rule, but this is my jail. I run it how I want to. Get out of line. And that's when all the big white boys come in. They line up opposite from us. The big white boys, the COs and deputies and shit. All of them big as hell. They tatted up. They got swastikas tattoos. They got lightning bolt tattoos. I'm like, damn. These motherfuckers is in the racist gang, you know what I'm saying? The guards. And he like, yo, so you get out of line, either I'm gonna personally whoop your ass, or I'm gonna have my big boys whoop your ass. He was like, I know y'all think y'all dope because y'all from Little Rock, you bloods and cripples and gang banging and shit, but I got something for all that. He was like, how many of y'all know Big Michael Williams? And that's his name, Micah, not Michael. He's like, how many of y'all know Big Michael Williams? And you know, ain't nobody finna say nothing to do. We ain't fucked up about you, nigga. That when he's like, yeah, we got him back there in the hole right now crying. He stay getting his big ass whoop. Thought he was bad when he came down here gonna talk shit to my officers and do what the fuck he wanna do. He back there crying like a little bitch right now. Of course, ain't none of them believing. You know, you gotta realize Big Mike probably about 7'3", 7'4", 350, down to 400 pounds. This a big motherfucker. You hear me, blood nigga? Big deep ass boy talk like this. What's up, feel good? You know what I'm saying? He like, man, y'all ain't whoop Big Mike like that, man. You got that game fucked up. You lying to me. So we get off in these, they, you know, they basically put everybody in the same little unit. Cell block from Little Rock. There was a couple dudes in there, a couple white boys in there that was from around the area. That was doing about a month in jail or something like that. They wasn't on their way to prison. One of them named, I'll never forget this white boy, as long as I live, dude was cool as fuck, name was Herbert Berkshire from Fayetteville. Was always playing and talking about how player he was and how he had the town sold up. With anything you need, man, when y'all get out, come fuck with me, look me up, just ask about me. Everybody in the city know me. And then he could sing his ass off. We had the boy singing Genuine and Jodeci and all type of shit every night when we locked down. But let me tell y'all about this jail. Like I say, these guards, they racist as fuck. They around the walls, like around the whole barracks, about 2 feet off the wall is a yellow line. At no time do they want you crossing that yellow line. You can't lean on the wall, don't touch the wall. Like if you're on the phone, ain't none of that. You got to get the phone off the wall and stand back behind the yellow line, lean forward or whatever you got to do to talk on the phone. You can't sit down. They got tables. You can play cards, dominoes, chess, all that, but you got to stand up around the table. You can put your foot on the stool and lean on your knee or whatever, but you can't sit down. At lunchtime, for 30 minutes, they got a speaker up above the door, they play the radio. The front wall is a two-way mirror where they can see in, but we can't see out. So you have to walk up there and just stand there like a damn fool looking at the glass, and then out of nowhere, maybe 10, 15 minutes after you've been standing there, somebody will come over that speaker like, what you want? And then you tell them what you want and they don't really give a fuck. They serve nothing but cold ass food. When I say cold food, I'm not talking about food that was prepared and not warmed up. I'm talking about literally, they would show up with a plate and the plate got beans on it and the beans have little ice flakes in it. Like cold food with ice in it. You get no water, no juice, no tea, no milk. They serve powdered milk. And they bring it around, you get cup about this big. And when they bring the trays, they bring like a big ass cart with the powdered milk in it, they call it the cow. You get 1 cup of that shit, it's undrinkable. That's what you gotta eat your cereal with in the morning. You get cereal, they had one thing that was good, it was like almost like a little piece of cake. You might get that like 2-3 times a week. Other than that, you get cold sandwiches and the meat be two-tone, like it's layered on top of each other and it's set there too long. So if you get a piece of bologna, the part that was exposed to the air after they had it slabbed up, then turned green. The part that was covered up by the other piece of bologna is pink like bologna's supposed to be. Every piece of meat that you got was like that. Two-tone, different color, pink and green. Like goddamn me, motherfucking sorority meat and shit. Goddamn Delta sandwich. The bread was, I guess it was supposed to be potato bread, but it wasn't like prison potato bread. This shit just all crumbled as soon as you try to pick it up. So you ain't making no sandwich unless you just smash that shit together. We all got tired of that shit. We got tired of that shit. So one day, you know, we didn't hype ourselves up like, nigga, we property of the ADC. We supposed to get 3 hots in a cot. We ain't getting no motherfucking hots. And these mats, they give us this, at least prison mats like this. They giving us mats like this, like we got them in kindergarten or nap time. So we pick our nuts up one day and we gonna buck. We ain't eating this bullshit, nigga. Feed it to your mama, you feel me? And you ain't finna come in here and get these motherfucking trays. But what it started out was, man, we ADC property, you gonna give us 3 hots, bro. You gotta feed us hot food, take this shit back and put some heat on it. Kitchen, you always bragging about how this is a $16 million jail that only holds 300 people. Yeah, nigga, put that $16 million to work, nigga. You was that motherfucking bus and burn in the kitchen, nigga. You find something beside cooking that dope. Damn, son, man. So we get the bucking like, man, y'all ain't getting these motherfucking trays back until you bring us some hot food. After a while, they cop deuces, they like, all right, man, we got you, man. We gonna bring y'all some hot food, our bad. We should have never even been tripping. We ain't know y'all was some real niggas, man. My bad. Like, yeah, bitch, that's what the fuck I thought. Get my motherfucking hot food there. So after about 3 hours, us bucking and sitting around, we just started sitting down. We playing spades and dominoes. Like, man, fuck these folks. Do what we want to do around here, man. Goddamn, you got them fucked up, bitch. I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas. I ain't there one of you country boys. You can tell the way I walk, I ain't around this motherfucker. So it's showtime. You kind of see through the two-way mirror a little bit. If you ever been around a two-way mirror, you can kind of see figures and shadows moving behind that motherfucker if the light hit right. So we see all these motherfucking people behind the goddamn the two-way mirror lining up. We thinking they done brought this hot food like we told them to, goddamn. The man come over the radio over the loudspeaker like, hey, y'all get y'all trays and line up. And when you get your tray up at the door, we just gonna exchange it for your hat tray. Huh? Somebody was like, hey bro, they ain't got no trays out there. I just seen a motherfucker swinging his baton. They had them sticks that got this big, and then when you swing that bitch, it pop out and turn into a stick with a ball at the end, knock your ass the fuck out. So a nigga was like, man, they ain't got no trays out there, bro. I just seen a nigga out there swinging a baton. So we like, oh yeah, this fit to go down there. Fuck these folks, y'all ain't getting shit. We ain't turning these motherfucking trays in. We talking big boy shit now. We ready for the fight. Man, when I tell you that door popped and all them big burly motherfuckers came through that door swinging them goddamn sticks, busting niggas upside their motherfucking head, breaking niggas' arms and shit, cracking niggas' head. I ain't gonna lie. It's one cell used to stay open. We call it the public restroom. Nobody sleeps in that cell. It's just always open. So when we out in the daytime, we got to come out after breakfast. So it's like 4 in the morning, you go back in and you sleep to 7. At 7, everybody up, make your bed up. Matter of fact, after breakfast, the rule was you can't get back in your bed. You can make it up, but you can't get under the cover and shit. Damn traffic. So what it was is you have to stay in there, lay on top of your covers and show them that thin ass mat. It's cold as hell, but then around 7, 8 o'clock, they coming to get everybody up out of there. Everybody hit the floor, and you got to be in the day room until lockdown. So everybody using that one community restroom. Nigga, they coming there swinging them motherfucking sticks, busting niggas' head, broken nigga arm, all that shit. I'm not gonna lie. I ran my ass community bathroom, goddamn, put my face in the concrete on the other side of the toilet. So by the time they did find my ass, they could tell I wasn't, hey, nigga, I'm not even bucking. I'm not even gonna lie. I wasn't prepared for what I just seen y'all come through here and do. I started thinking shit over. Maybe they did have Michael Williams in the back crying. The way these motherfuckers came through police brutality, didn't give a fuck. It's one thing when it's one dirty cop, or maybe 3 or 4 whooping your ass, but when they brought look, they locked everything down already. Ain't no police in the barracks. So all the police that work there just kick it all day with each other in the hallway or in the salad port or whatever. Until it's time to come whoop some niggas, and then they join forces, get their weapons, and come in there and just get to beating on anything standing. It ain't nothing standing no more. Man, so they beat our ass, and then they locked us all down. It was 2 motherfuckers. They actually walked up to the door, and it was a nigga named Sean, I ain't gonna say his last name, and a nigga named Willie. They were ceilings. So the folks told them, hey, y'all ain't got a lockdown. Y'all can stay out and kick it. And they were looking at the police like, nigga, what, bitch, you, man, show me my cell. And I'm like, real nigga. Like, what was you gonna want to stay out your cell for anyway? Just y'all two. Y'all gonna talk, y'all cellmates, y'all can do that shit in the cell. Then everybody else gonna look at you fucked up because you goddamn stayed out here kicking it while we all got. I was about to say I ass whooping locked down, but I ain't take that ass whooping. Everybody got locked down. Okay, so the next day, they like, these Little Rock niggas is a problem. We can't keep whooping them every damn day. So what we gonna do is, we gonna split their ass up. So they let us know, they like, hey, everybody get your shit together, pack your shit, and we finna split y'all up. I don't know what barracks you going to, you ain't gonna know until you get there. So it's kind of like Newport, all the barracks is around in a circle. And it just happened that the circle is a lot bigger over here. More barracks, bigger circle. So they getting everybody, they like, all right, you. One barracks, you go in one barracks, they open one barracks, grab your shit, you go off in one barracks. They get the 2 barracks, they call out a name or 2, y'all go off in there. I'm in the last like little 6 people. Then they finna put 3 over here, 3 over there. Y'all heard me say like a story or 2 back when I was talking about Blue, and I was talking about he had came from Sebastian County, that's Fort Smith, where my homeboy Jroc was, and he told me Jroc had a robbery charge. So I had talked to Jroc, and I was finding out that the people that was in this county jail that wasn't from this county was either Pulaski County, Little Rock, or Sebastian County, Fort Smith, Van Buren. So I'm like, man, I said me a prayer. And I was praying, and it was a selfish prayer. I was like, man, Father God, look. Matter of fact, it was fit to be Christmas or Thanksgiving, one of them. And matter of fact, we had already had Thanksgiving there. So it was about to be Christmas. It was like Christmas Eve. And I'm praying, I'm like, Father, you know what I'm saying? I do not want to be spending Christmas Eve with people that I don't know and nobody that I do know. If my homeboy Jroc is anywhere in this building, please let him be in this cell that I'm going to, this barracks. And when I got through saying my prayer, dude called my name with like six units. They popped the door. I went off in there. The first thing I heard was my nigga Jroc hollering, "Domino, motherfucker!" And I'm looking. I said, "Man, hell nah, that can't be Jroc." So he talking some more shit. And as he talking this shit, I'm hearing him, and I'm like, "Man, that's Jroc." So I walk up behind the nigga, and I tap him on his shoulder. I'm like, "Man, sit your ass down. Shut up or something." I think I called a nigga old Gregory Hines looking ass nigga. That's what I used to call him back in the day. He used to hate that shit. But I get to popping this shit, and he turned around and was like, "PJ." I'm like, "What's up, nigga?" And it was on. We was kicking it. From that moment forward, off in that motherfucking jail, I was like, nigga, I ain't gonna say it felt like I wasn't in jail no more, but it didn't feel like I was in that jail no more. That shit had got hella bearable, if you feel me. Shit had got hella tolerable. Man, me and Jroc played chess, checkers, spades, dominoes, you know what I'm saying, all damn day. Nigga played goldfish, all that shit. Whatever we could do, sitting around telling the story from back in the childhood, how we grew up, reminiscing, him asking about my family, me asking about his and the homies and shit we had grew up with. This area that we in was full of races. I said that at the beginning, but at first we just didn't get the gist of it because, like I said, we was in a barracks where it was mostly Little Rock dudes, and it was a couple people from the area, but the main one that we fucked with was Herbie, and dude was cool as fuck. Like, dude was real live cool as fuck. He still, like, when I got to the joint, I asked a few motherfuckers about it, and they were telling me, yeah, man, dude, 100, we fuck with dude. And I'm like, bet, you know what I'm saying? Dude told me that. If anybody asks, don't say they fuck with him, and everybody know him. And he ain't capping. Turned out that he wasn't capping. Everybody know him, everybody fuck with him. Hey, I'm glad I looked over there, yo, stupid man. So, we sitting in here, and the white boys is in here. They done ganged up and up, and they ain't talking no shit. But they be in their little clique. And all them races, they peckerwood, they, you know what I'm saying, they got their lightning bolts on them and swastikas and shit, and 110% peckerwood, 102% peckerwood, 101, whatever it is. So they got different divisions to be their percentage or rank, I don't know. I just know they be having different 100%, like 100%, 102%, 101%, 110% peckerwood, what it say. So, it was one dude had a spider web or a spider coming from his eye, and then the spider was on the cheek. It was a web coming from the eye, and then the spider was on his cheek, like it was hanging from that web coming from his eye. Well, I guess he was stunting in front of, he had gotten into it with somebody, and they felt like it would be a good idea to put him on blast. So he was like, don't make us tell them black dudes what that tattoo used to be up under their spider. So now all of a sudden, dude like, man, quit playing with me. Quit playing with me. About an hour go by, they still jugging that dude. And then one of them just probably say, hey y'all, dude a crip. We like, huh? He like, yeah. When he was in the jump, he ain't had no spite on his face. That tattoo up under his eye used to say Crip on his cheek. And nigga was like, huh? And Jroc was like, oh, so that is him. I'm like, what you mean? He like, man, dude then pulled some shit on my homeboy in the jump. And I was thinking it was him, but I remember dude was a Crip. He had Crip on his face, tattoo on his face. I'm like, nigga, hell nah. He was like, yes, sir. Hell yeah, I'm going to get him. I'm like, man, you don't do shit. When I tell you, this nigga Jroc played it out. We playing cards, but this nigga Jroc then bagged up a little bit, turned to the side like he was on a baseball pitch. Hit that white boy, slid dude across the motherfucking barracks. And when I say across the barracks, I mean a good 15 feet. That motherfucker hit the ground and slid. Nigga, he looked like a movie. Up under the table, hit his head, snoring. And after Jroc did that, it was just on. And he didn't say nothing else. Every nigga latched on to a white boy and just got to beating the shit out their ass. We fought for a good 5 minutes. And then the folks came in there. And this time when they came in, they didn't beat us with sticks and shit. They were just in there breaking shit up. You know what I'm saying? It was a very noticeable difference in how they stopped this shit from what the shit they did last time. They didn't move none of us out of the barracks. Nobody got moved. All the black dudes stayed there, all the white dudes stayed there, and all they did was talk to us like, hey, y'all good? We don't want to have that shit in here no more. Y'all been there, we let y'all out. They locked us down for like a day or two. We let y'all out. We don't want to have that shit up in here. I'm like, man, these white boys setting us up. I feel like it was a setup. Like, shit, they gonna leave us in here with the races. Next thing you know, they gonna start moving some more of them up in here. But right around that time, and this is how I know because me and Jroc spent Christmas together. I was in diagnostic for New Year's. Like the day before New Year's is when I got moved to diagnostic. So shit, they come in there calling us, and I was mad because they got Jroc the day before they got me. But I was the next day. They called my name, put me on their motherfucking van, took me to Pine Bluff, Arkansas to diagnostic for the penitentiary. So I sat down there. Little one man cell on the 4th tier floor, kind of like the max. Oh shit, don't start the slow poking. Trying to get to work. Let's see the clock. I got plenty of time. Yeah, so I get the diagnostic and I hit the little store and shit. You know, I got my little money. It came fairly quick. So I went to the store, got me some necessities. And when it was phone time, I called my mama. The next day when I got to use the phone, I don't know how I ended up, but I ended up calling my auntie in Detroit. And we talked. And when it was time for the phone call to end after that 15 minutes, she was like, can you call me back? I was like, yeah. She was like, well, call me right back. So I called her right back. And I'm telling her, I'm like, look, man, I'm gonna write you a letter because these phone calls stack up. You know what I'm saying? She was like, no, call me because and I told her, well, I ain't gonna be at this unit too much longer, so I'm gonna write you when I get to my next unit so you have my address and everything, you know where I'm at. And she was like, call me. That's when I told her the phone call was gonna start adding up. She was like, I don't give a damn, call me, I'm gonna pay for it. So I'm like, bet. Now this is what pissed me off. When I got over there to the next unit, I called her and I called her and I called her, and she never would accept the phone call. You know, you can tell they picking up the phone, but they hitting the button to just hanging up. They not accepting. I'm thinking, okay, that was an accident. She hit the wrong button. Call back. Okay, Man, her finger must be fat. She hit the wrong button again. I called back. Finally, my little heart break and my mind started understanding. Nigga, she ain't answering the goddamn phone. So I sit down. I wrote her a letter. I never heard back. Some holiday had popped up coming down the line. Some type of event where everybody was at my grandma's house in the country. And when I called on the day that I would usually call my mama. So I talked to my mama the whole time, let my mama tell everybody. I said, hey, I didn't want to talk to my auntie, so I didn't. She had gave some type of excuse about the phone bill, and she couldn't afford to pay the phone bill. The next day, I had decided, since I talked to my mama on my grandma's phone, different phone bill, I'm gonna go ahead and call my mama today. She back at home. So I called my mama. Now, when I called my mama, I want to speak to my little sister. My little sister was 13 years younger than me, so at the time she might have been like 8. No, she had to be like 6 or 7. But I'm like, let me speak to Munchie. My mama like, Munchie not here. Where Munchie at? Munchie in Detroit. What? Hold on, what you mean? She wanted to go to Detroit with your Aunt Linda, the one that wasn't answering the phone call. And Linda told her no. But then she felt guilty about it, so this morning she called back and told me to take her to the airport. Don't take no clothes or none of that, just drop off at the airport. She had paid for the ticket already. She had paid for an adult to ride with her. You know, you can have somebody ride with your child to make sure they okay. So she paid the money for somebody to ride with her, and she was gonna keep her for the summer. Don't send no clothes, meaning I'm gonna buy her clothes when she get here. And I'm like, so you buying plane tickets? That's about 6 phone calls. You paid for an adult to ride with her, over $200-300, so that was another 5-6 phone calls. Then you gonna buy her clothes, that's another 30-40 phone calls, and then you gonna keep her for the whole summer, feed her, clothe her, take her baths, take her out to eat, take her to play zone or jump zone or all this, whatever kids want to do. You gonna do all that. So that's another 100 phone calls. Like, damn. So after that, my heart was really broke. Like, damn, this motherfucker just told me yesterday she couldn't afford a phone call, but wake up this morning and decide she gonna spend probably about $15,000 over the summer on my little sister. I'm like, damn. But I ain't tripping, that's your money. Just don't lie to me. The only reason why I felt bad is because I told you I was gonna write you, and you kept stressing to me, no, call me, I'm gonna pay for it. Just call me. And I'm like, man, I'm already damn bad in a bad situation. My mind fucked up, my mental fucked up. Sometimes I need to talk to my family. I thought you was going, it ain't like I'm going to call you every motherfucking day. I only call my mama every day. I call my mama once a week on Thursday after SmackDown go off. That was our thing. Every week after SmackDown go off, I call my mama. So I was in a fucked up situation behind that. But like I say, man, when you in jail and you in prison, one thing you got to realize is you're going to find out who with you. You're going to start realizing motherfuckers going to owe you shit. Don't nobody owe you nothing. 9 times out of 10, you put yourself in this situation and you made a motherfucker prove that they wasn't who you thought they were. You could have kept staying out here in the world letting them lie to you, like most people do. People gonna tell you they love you to death as long as they ain't got a proof. And I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing. It is what it is. Damn, bro, can I keep my lane? Can I be in my lane? You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. A lot of people feel like don't put me in that position and you will love me forever. But if you make me show you how much I love you, then you probably ain't gonna like me no more. I understand it, I get it. Like I say, I had a whole a lot of years to sit back and think, and it come in phases. First you be mad at folks, and then you start to understand it, and after a while you just don't even give a damn no more. You realize, you know what, I gotta focus on me and make sure I don't end up back in this situation, because God and I already showed me it's you and him. So while you got the chance, that's need to be who you leaning on, who you depending on, who you trusting in. You know what I'm saying? When you feel down, that need to be who your conversations with. Because if you neglect all that, then he got ways of putting you in situations where you find out the hard way that, hey, better come this way. I'm almost to the job now. I worked last night. I ain't had to do no driving. I was riding, and we didn't even link up no doubles. But we shot out to Memphis and came back 2 times. We're gonna do the same thing tonight, but I'm probably gonna end up driving. Little kids pointing in my car like that's my car. I love this shit. Yeah, man, it is what it is. That jail ain't the place for nobody. That prison ain't the place for nobody until it is. And I hate to say it like that because I wouldn't wish it on nobody. But I understand there's some people out here, the boy, that just ain't gonna do right. They're gonna be a detriment to society. They gonna, you know what I'm saying? They gonna hurt people. They gonna steal shit. They gonna whatever they think they can get away with. I know because I grew up like that. I grew up around so many people like that. And then my mama finally told me one day, and I swear she said it, but it sounded like the voice of God when she said, I don't know why you would keep doing stuff when you know God depicted where you're gonna get caught. And that was one of the main situations in my life that changed my actions when I heard that, because believe me or not, it's been times since I heard her say that I was getting ready to do some bullshit, and I heard that voice come back and say the exact same thing echoing in my head, and it's like reaching to a hot skillet, and somebody say it's hot, and you pull your hand back. I hear that voice and put my hand like, nope, not going to do it. I ain't going out like that. It was one time, I believe I told y'all this already, where I was down bad in between jobs, man, and I felt like I was in a dire situation where I just needed this bread. And I had put the all black on, and I was going to go back to what I know. I didn't even have a real live plan on what I was fit to do. I was just fit to get in them streets and come back with some money. And my next door neighbor, I had no idea that this man had been to prison and did 20 years. But my next door neighbor, me and dude, we don't kick it every day, but we cordial, we talk. We know each other's name, we speak to each other when we walk out the highway, we ask how you doing and all that. But that one day, I came outside with the black on, and I was fit to go and he get off in these streets, come back with some money. And when I got in the car, he was waving at me like, I let the window, he was like, come here, bro. So I got out the car and I walked across the yard over there to his driveway. He was like, man, I don't know what you about to do, but whatever it is, it ain't worth it, bro. Don't even do it. I'm like, what you mean? He like, bro, I see it in your eyes, man. Whatever you about to do, Phil, let it go. Don't do it. And I said, man, you right. He said, I know. I don't know what it is, bro, but it ain't worth it. Don't do it. And I told him, I said, man, I'm out here broke, bro. I got to get some money, bro. These bills coming. And he was like, man, pray about it, but don't go out there in the street. He said, man, you ain't trying to go back. And that's when he told me the story. Like, man, when I was in Texas, I did 20 years. He said, I got out of prison about a week later. That's when I met my wife. We met and been together ever since. He said, I was down there in the little country town in Arkansas because I had left Texas to get away from all my homies and shit. And she was like, her people from down there. So we met one day when she was down there kicking with them. So we talked for a little while. She moved me up here, man. I done got me a good job. We worked. Matter of fact, they wasn't even married at the time. But you like, man, you know what I'm saying? We both work our jobs and handle our business, man. He's like, man, just keep your face strong. You're gonna be all right. Just don't go do whatever you was fit to go do. Cause then you're not gonna be all right no more. But I look at it like, same way I tell y'all, God is an on-time God. He love you. And he gonna send you that warning before destruction. I was on my way to go be destructive and he sent me a warning like, don't do it. I heeded that warning and I continue to do so. Everything ain't always what I want. But for some reason I keep praying and I look around and I be smiling again telling y'all, hey man, he done did it again. He done worked it out again. I got everything I need again. I made it through another situation again. You know what I'm saying? It be like that. So, yeah. That's why I tell you, I ain't gonna tell you no lie, man. Get some guy in your life, do what you supposed to do. Stay out of jail. Stay out of prison. Stay out of these folks. Boy, especially now. You know, they finna make it super hard. Super something. I don't trust them for the next 4 years. I done seen all on Facebook, all the bullshit these folks are starting to come out their face with. I seen one little girl, and these people just on my friend page. One girl come out there and say, if they bring slavery back, who all want to be my slave? I promise I'm gonna be a good master. And then a black dude come on there like, you know, they gonna be mad about this. I come in like, shit, nigga, you need to be one of the ones mad. Black girl come on there, man, it's just a joke. Y'all can't take a joke. And I'm thinking about my ancestors hanging from trees and getting their nuts cut off and getting their kids took from them and all this shit. And I'm like, you the joke. Ain't none of this shit I just heard was funny. You the joke. But anyway, man, I'm at work, so I'm gonna get out and go be productive. Find something to live for, or find something to die for, but don't end up dying in prison. We out.